Today I'm going to make a horizontal Dutch door. And my plan is to have the images go across these two pages. And then this page will be the back side and this will be the front of it. So that there will be a little peekaboo effect across these 4 pages. It's a little bit, this one's a little bit complicated. I'm having to wrap my head around it. And I guess we'll see if it works out from my head to the page. So let's get started. The first thing, I'm going to be mainly using these stickers that I got from a European architecture sticker pack. I got like 60 different die cuts. And I've taken them off their backing paper and put them on some extra sticker sheets I had just to make it easier for me to work with them. So I picked out stickers that would work for the mirror image part of the Dutch door. I hope. I'm not sure if this is going to work in my head. I may have to do some fancy footwork to make this work. So I'm ready. I've got, the ones that match, and I'm matching mostly the roof line because that's where I'm going to be cutting across the top. The houses will be going across here and then wrap around the mirror for this page, and then this will be the back empty page. Well, it won't be completely empty. So since I'm going to be cutting out the roof line of the houses, I want some sky to peek through, and I have just a little bit of this washi tape from a Van Gogh washi tape set that I have, and I'm going to put a link for it in the description if you're interested in checking this out. And I'll also put a link in the description for a similar set to this if you'd like to give this a try, or if you're just, a sticker collector like me and you like these buildings. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get settled here. These are going to be my Dutch doors. So I'm going to put the sky across the top of this page and this page. And I literally just have enough to cover the 2 pages. So it's going to be a little bit of a scramble, and I'm going to do that off screen. Okay, I have my sky right here and across here. And, actually, I don't know if that might be Monet rather than Van Gogh. Anyway, impressionistic washi tape set. I will link it, but I bought it because I'm a fan of Van Gogh and it was very inexpensive. So I should have known that the quality wasn't going to be great. So you get little moments like this. You can see the seam between the images on the tape on all of them. If that really bothers you, don't get it. Sometimes you can just cut along the seam and use it that way, and then the seam doesn't happen. But this was literally the end, the remnant. I had to use a little bit of glue because I used the very last of the roll. But I will link it in case you're interested. It is a beautiful set. And then another thing I did off camera was I added a little bit of ground for the buildings to sit on. And this is a faux wood finish, wood grain washi tape that I got from Hobby Lobby. And I like it. I think it looks pretty. And that will also keep me very sort of on track. So for this particular piece, I did leave the tape out on purpose just so I keep an eye, make sure I stay within the washi tape for the skyline. I'm going to start in the middle and work my way out. Now, like I said, I have a plan in my head and we'll see how well I did. So these 3 houses are going to go here and here, and I'm going to cut this house in the middle and put it in the seam of the book. So that's the first plan. So I'm going to do that. I'll just try to split it about halfway. Doesn't really matter all that much. And I didn't go all the way into the middle. I'm gonna put the house about on the edge of the lines for my journal. Oops, I got it a little crooked, but again, we're not gonna judge too hard today. All right, first house down. And then we put the next house. So we have one house on this side and one on this side. And there's going to be a little bit of a gap between the houses. So one way to fix that, if you are bothered by it, just trim this little bit right here. That looks better. Is to paste down some pretty like decorative, maybe neutral scrapbook paper here behind the houses so that that peeks through. You could even do a green, maybe to do trees. My plan is to maybe take a black marker and just black in the little moment here, or take a paint pen and put maybe some brown that matches the houses just to cover the lines a little bit, but I'll do that later. That's just some ideas if like little stuff like that bothers you. I don't love that. And that's one of the downfalls for having lined journals. I particularly like because I have trouble writing straight, even on bullet point journals. So I like the lines. I think it just keeps my journals looking neater. But aesthetically, there are some challenges, and I realize that. So here's our little short house. It is going to go right here next to this house, just like that. And it's a little crooked too. That's okay. All right. And then the last houses are going to be these long, short guys on either side. And I know it's a little strange, but these were the houses that I could find matches for their skyline. So it's not a perfect process, but it's whimsical, and we love whimsical. So, whoa, okay, calm down. There we go. Let me try to get you straight, okay? All right, so now we've got these little guys. And we have our first skyline. And I did really well. I didn't go over my sky, so that should peek through really beautifully. And I have just a little bit of the ground peeking at the bottom, which I like. I think that's better than just having the houses floating in my journal. So I'm really pleased with the way that turned out so far. Now, what I need to do is trim these edges, and I can go ahead and trim this as well. And then I will use, I think I'm going to use this little handy dandy guy, which is a rotary trimmer, and get this edge. Don't feel super confident about my skills with this, so I'm going to do the trimming off camera, and I'll come back and we'll do the other side of the pages. Well, so far, I love it. It turned out great. Look how pretty that looks across the blue already. So our middle page looks great for my little Dutch door. Now I've got to do the inside of the pages, and then it'll be ready for my journaling. So back to the plan. So I've pulled the matching houses, and this guy gets cut in half. So I'm going to cut him in half really quick. Again, don't have to be super anything about it. So we have both halves. And this house goes on this side. So we'll start there. I'm going to put this into my clip. Oh, by the way, this clip I got in an estate sale. It's full brass and it's vintage. But you can buy beautiful clips like this on Amazon as well, but just not this exact one. Okay, back to the plan. So this house fits in this space. So I'm going to do my best to, well, let me check. Sometimes it's good to see what's going on the other side to make sure how far over when the other house starts. Okay, well, I think that's about right. And I lined it up about, well, maybe I'll go a little further over. It's okay if it's not absolutely perfect. The white of the paper covers that little mistake. I think also with this one, since it doesn't have the little chimneys, but otherwise the roof line's very similar, I may just trim this little white part over the house when I'm done to make that just a little more seamless if it sticks out. But let's see if it does. So we know this house goes in this space here, goes right over there in that triangle, right like that. Yes, so I think I will trim those little mouse ears down just a bit and it will fit a little bit nicer. And I put it on a little crooked. Let me see if I can fix that really quick. I have a funny angle filming this, so okay, I think that's better. And then we have our little long house. And which one are you? You are this one. Right, and this one fits right across here. I'm just going to butt it right up to this house, just like that. And oops, I went a little too high. And I think this one part actually fits really well. So let's use that as our guideline. And I think I'm just going to have to trim the sticker because it's not perfect, but I'll do that. I'm overthinking it. Sorry, hold on. I'll get it together. There. I was trying to avoid this gap, but it's just going to happen. Just got to go with it. But I think I may be able to trim a little bit of the white border and get some of that off of there. And then, yeah, pretty good. Let's trim the edge so we can get the gist of it. And at the end, I can take a little X-Acto and trim that little guy right there. So far, pretty good. And I will fill those gaps. Not too bad. Maybe I can go ahead and trim this a little bit while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, looks pretty good. In this little corner too. Oh, that's a mess. I should not use scissors. I should use an X-Acto. So I will do that later. But you get the gist of it. I can just trim the sticker a little bit, do a little sticker surgery, and it'll fit even better. Let's see how this page turns out. Scooch it just a bit higher. There you go. All right. And it should be the same as the other side. So we have our half sticker. Fit pretty snugly right there. And then this one, it's not a perfect match, but it's close and it's a little taller than the other one. So it's going to go a little bit below, but I am just going to let it go a little above that line, and I'll trim it on the other side. I think it's okay. Oh, that is really crooked. That's bothering me. Let's fix that. Like fit the top and not the bottom, and it just looks so crooked. Okay, we can fix this. That's better. It's not as perfect a fit. That's not a big deal. Okay. And then the last little guy is this one. And you are going to fit really nicely right there. Good. You can see a little bit of the houses behind, which is kind of cute. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's really cute. I like that. That's a cute little spread for my journal. It might be a little unhinged for you, so I apologize if it's a little much, but I like it. I think especially this page is really beautiful. And maybe this page just needs a little bit of something at the bottom to make it more interesting. It just seems a little bit boring here. So maybe I'll do another, maybe we'll do like a river down here. Let me go look through my washi tapes and see if I've got something that might tie it together a little bit better. Well, the washi tape at the bottom was the perfect solution. I really like it. Again, I used two different washi tapes because I ran out. I've been using this washi tape a lot lately. And from that impressionistic washi tape set that I will link. And I think it really just brings it all together and makes a beautiful spread that I will look forward to filling out when it's time to journal. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope ideas like this will get you into journaling as a form of self care. See you next time.